Was no one else going to tell me that there was a Christian Super Bowl halftime show? Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are. I heard about it before it started that Turning Point USA was doing their own Super Bowl halftime show in order to draw away from the Bad Bunny halftime show. Apparently, there was a lot of rumors about what his show was actually going to be. That being said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Dino. This is Culture Wars, where I give you straight talk on the things that's showing up on my homepage and in culture. So hopefully you let me know what you want to see next, and let's talk about it. And subscribe. So apparently Turning Point USA, they had their own halftime show because there was a lot of drama and rumors going around that Bad Bunny was going to make the Super Bowl halftime show like super woke and gay, apparently. There was, I think I overheard there was like rumors of him wearing a dress on stage and all these things. And what's just really funny to me is like none of that happened. Like I would argue his halftime show was like the least political that I'd seen. And in general, like I think he made a statement about Latin America. I think he made a statement about like Latino culture and kind of how important it is. And personally, I think there's a lot of people who disliked it because he just spoke a different language. He just spoke Spanish, and it's like, get out of our country, just speak English sort of thing. But I will say this. I had a ton of my students over for Super Bowl. They're in 12th grade. And one of my students, he is Latino, and he loved the halftime show. Like everyone else that was around, they were just kind of cracking jokes and whatever. And they were really distracted by the twerking, which was like, I was trying to avoid watching that myself, but that was pretty minimal in the grand scheme of what the halftime show was. Like there was a huge set. It really showcased the culture of, Puerto Rico and all these Latin American countries. And I thought it was really well done. Honestly, I thought it was really, really cool. I actually really enjoyed it more than the Kendrick Lamar halftime show last year. I think they both highlighted like Black culture and with Kendrick Lamar, and then Bad Bunny kind of highlighted the Latin American culture really, really well. And there was like a lot of Easter eggs that made you want to like keep watching. So overall, I thought the halftime show was actually really stinking good. And I don't know. I don't know if there needs to be like a Christian version, in my opinion. I think there's no harm in it. My kids aren't old enough for me to really be thinking about that. So I'm wondering like if my opinion's going to change once I have kids, like if I'm going to want to watch a halftime show with people shaking their booties on the video. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll be okay with it. I don't know. But I do feel like maybe there needs to be more halftime shows. I feel like that could be something that happens in the future, is like more people make their own halftime shows. I was just like, why doesn't anyone do that? What, because you're scared you're not going to get eyeballs on your stuff during the halftime show? Like, I think there needs to be a little bit more competition. That's the market, right? That's econ 1101, okay? Is like the more competition there is in the market, like things get better. Things get more competitive, and thus people have to be better at what they do. I'd be interested to see that. 100%. Now, do I think this halftime show was the best one in the last 5 years? Maybe, actually. Yeah, I think it could be. There hasn't been one in a while that I've been like pretty excited about. And pretty much the last few years, I've really just kind of been a little, okay, yeah, that's the halftime show. Not that they've done a bad job. I don't know. There's just something about it. Like, nothing really memorable. The one halftime show that I feel like was super memorable as of late, honestly, hate to say it, Katy Perry's halftime show. I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's the thing with the halftime shows. You can't please everyone. I remember when Aerosmith performed at the halftime show 20 years ago, and I remember just being like, what are these old people doing on stage? That's crazy. Let's get some young, like, let's get Reliant K. Or, I don't know, let's get Switchfoot to do the halftime show. But, yeah, nowadays, I think you can't please everyone. Apparently, Metallica was in the running to do the halftime show this year. I think that would be kind of sick. I think there's too many people who think they actually love Metallica, and instead they only love like all the TikTok sounds. I don't think they actually love Metallica. But Metallica would be sick. I think it would be sick. Yeah, so overall, I think the halftime show was good. I think anyone who didn't like it probably wasn't paying attention, honestly. I think they weren't paying attention, or they actually are not interested in Latino culture, nor are they interested in even being interested in other cultures at all. They're just like America all the way. I, for one, love cultures outside of the United States. I think it really helps open your eyes to like what the world is actually like and gets you out of your own little bubble. So I loved it. I thought it was really stinking cool. And especially having my student Irving there, he was like telling me all the little things. He was like, "Oh yeah, this is because Puerto Ricans are really big in this neighborhood in New York, so that's what they're talking about there." So it was just really interesting to see that. So overall, thought it was good. And MAGA halftime show. I don't think it. We turned it on for like 30 seconds, and we just saw Kid Rock with fireworks popping out the stage, and we were just like, "Man, I don't know, man. I don't. This doesn't feel like it's it." So we didn't watch it. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. I love